I'm Elisabetta Pozzetti, the art curator of the exhibition On the Run, which will be displayed on from 26th of August during 2 weeks at Ziegeleimuseum in Kaufungen. The project is developed by 6 artists coming from different countries, participating at international art camp organized by the county of Kassel. Now I want to say something about each one. Please follow me. Cubic metallic structures and hundreds of handmade dolls are the materials of the work of Delphine Ciavaldini. The iron structure is devoid of walls, but only carrying a roof and sides of embroidered organic shapes, where individual productions team up in a broader cosmos for care and protection. If care disappears totally from a community, its members have unavoidably no other choice but to be on the run. The work of Federico Guerri is composed by slates and presents itself as drawn or pet, could continue indefinitely. The theme, the run, is here interpreted with a twofold sense, like a flight or aerial view of a map and a never-ending landscape, as a night vision, where the drawing plot that is back on black is just partially visible by the reflection of light. The observer will therefore find himself pursuing a vision that will escape his gaze without ever being complete. Brenda Baker is interested in how ecosystems change with the introduction of new species to a land. As it happens with no-native plants, species like Japanese knotwood, one of Germany's few and favorite invasive species, not always will come in the places they have landed. Her work also references to the movement of displaced people across the continent, their transience and feelings of uprootedness and displacement, of not yet landing or thriving in their new home. Marcel Lupse has discovered in the vegetal world a medium for vast latencies in all directions. The blades of grass and the haystack that rises as a bundle of stems are subtitle forms of artistic meditation and also sustaining elements in defining our own experience. Jennika Bastian leads us on the run of the human imagination. Her work talks of the many tellers and listeners of the grim fairy tales before they are captured in the text. In the work of Manon Simons, being on the run appears as a negative movement. The wheel is on the departure and not on the arrival. The focus is behind, but the meaning of the video is reversed, like its sense, by the process of audiovisual creation deceiving the viewer's perception.
My name is Delphine Ciavaldini. I come from France, and this is the start of the idea was that what makes community and what makes a refuge is mainly women, and women between them. And to me, in my mind, they are the core of what makes a community and a refuge. So I started with this metal structure as like a cell, which could refer to something that is quite architectural, but there are no walls, and all the inside of the structure will be made out of doilies, like this, in all shapes and sizes. And doilies being a female activity for a very long time, one that doesn't have any social recognition, but each of these necessitates a lot of choices from the person who makes them. They need to choose a thread, they need to choose a color, they need to choose a pattern. And basically, they're there in the house like little dream catchers. They're just there to look peaceful and beautiful. And when I saw those, and they're the ones like my granny made, they look like a little cosmos. And my idea was that when you are on the run, you can always take refuge in the huge number of cosmos made by all the women. That's the core of my idea.
Mi chiamo Federico Guerri, vengo da Cesena, dall'Italia, e ho pensato per questa esperienza di Euarca di creare una grande geografia in pietra, come se fosse un'isola, un iceberg alla deriva, e sto usando una pietra, una lavagna, una ardesia, perché qui in Germania è una pietra molto diffusa e perché nel mio lavoro la uso molto, si presenta sotto tantissimi aspetti diversi, è proprio come se fosse un libro che contiene tantissime storie, insomma, e che si può sfaldare, si può sbriciolare, è sia resistente ma al tempo stesso delicata, e quindi queste grandi contrapposizioni mi piacciono molto. E ho pensato di interpretare il tema di Euarca 2017, che è On the Run, e con l'idea di appunto di una geografia, di un paesaggio che non si sa se si vuole abbandonare o se si vuole raggiungere. Comunque una terra e una geografia alla deriva che sfugge, diciamo, sia allo sguardo che all'interpretazione così realistica.
I'm Brenda Baker from the United States, and I'm doing a project called Seeds Know No Boundaries. I've been working with invasive species in my country for many years, and I'm interested in the way invasive species take over a landscape and sort of destroy the biological diversity of a place. So for the project On the Run here in Germany, I've decided to use the invasive species that are most common here. This is Japanese knotwood, which I'll be using in my project, and it looks like it's a little bit like in the bamboo family. But what I'm going to be doing is making a giant seed pod that'll look something like this model that's suspended in the gallery space like this. The idea for me is that seeds, unlike people, can move from place to place without any problem. They can land in a new country and take root and thrive without anyone stopping them. So I'm interested in the way that this also references what's happening in this continent, in this country today, with the refugee crisis, and the way that people are being displaced and sort of moving from place to place, but have barriers and borders and boundaries stopping them. So my idea is related to that issue, but I'm interested primarily in invasive species of all kind, and how they move and settle and thrive or don't thrive in different places.
Mă numesc Marcel Lupse, sunt pictor, profesor la Școala de Artă din Bistrița, județul Bistrița-Năsăud, România. Am venit aici invitat la invitația organizatorilor acestei tabere și m-am întâlnit cu colegi de-ai mei din Italia, din Franța, din America. Lucrăm toți și tema este incitantă pentru că este tema documentei în fugă, on the run, și în câteva minute, în câteva momente am să vă spun despre ce e vorba. Iarba fiarelor care taie toate lacătele, toate piedicile care sunt puse în calea oamenilor. Cred că lucrarea mea va demonstra și va fi în acest spirit.
Hi, my name is Jennika Bastian. I come from Madison, Wisconsin, from the USA. And I am interpreting the theme On the Run as On the Run of the Human Imagination. So, as many people know, Kassel was the place in which the Brothers Grimm collected so many of the written and oral European folk tales that have been told from generations to generations of people. And I'm interested in exploring this theme visually. This is the second piece in an ongoing series that I will be doing. One piece here for the residency, and then when I return to Madison, I'm going to continue it. So this particular piece, you can see there's a very young face and a very old face. So I'm interested in creating this kind of flickering illusion of talking about this cross-generational phenomenon of the sharing of ideas and culture and history that is passed on from generation to generation, and also that these tales evoke in us this kind of timelessness. There's a Showing Heart, which talks about this that these stories come from the kind of heart mind that we all share. And there's a forest in the background that I just began that is talking about all of the transformational happenings of characters in the forest. So I will continue with this piece and share more with you later.
My name is Manon Simons, I'm French and I'm a video artist, and for this residence, the topic, On the Run, inspired me to make a video with each step of video making reversed, because On the Run for me is escaping from a place. The focus is more on the way, on the place you're living than the place you're going to. So it's more like a negative movement. And so I asked a dancer to run, stand up and fall backwards. And after I will edit the video in reverse too, so when the video will be finished, it seems like the run and stand up and all this thing seems quite normal, but with some incoherencies. And the purpose is that the viewers, to question the viewers about what they are watching and about the reality, because the sense of the video depends on what you are understand about the movements, and all the sense can be reversed.